Miscellaneous exercise 10. We continue with the question number 11. Here the question is, find the equation of the line through the point 3, 2. So one point on the line you are given. Point is 3, 2, which is, as per our notation, it's like x0, y0. Now to get the equation, you need a slope, Okay, so what is given to you, which makes an angle of 45 degree with this line. So required line makes an angle of 45 degree with this line, with line, which line? X minus 2y equals to 3. So it's like this. Here you are given one line, suppose this one, which is x minus 2y equals to 3. So this angle is 45 degree. This is our required line. Now we have a point, so we just need the slope. Let the slope be m here. Slope equals to m. So once we get this slope, we have the point, so we can get the equation. What's the slope of this line? Minus a by b. So here slope, here I'll call this as m1 equals to m, m2 equals to 1 by 2. Fine. You have slope, you have angle, so you'll get the slope of this line. Okay. So here m1 equals to m, that is the slope of the required line. m2 is the slope of the given line, which is how much? 1 upon 2. So we use now formula for the angle between two lines. So which formula here? Tan 45 degree, 45 you are given, equals to modulus m1 minus m2 upon 1 plus m1 into m2. Got it? What we have done? We have used the formula to get the angle between two lines. This is just one, if you remember this formula, tan alpha equals to the same expression here. Okay, what is m1 which you want to get? We call that as m, for example. Here you can keep m1 m as it is. What is m2? That is half. Here 1 plus m1 is m and this is half. We'll just simplify. So 2m minus 1 upon 2 plus m. Okay, now we drop the modulus. So we have two possibilities here. Right. So therefore here 1 equals to 2m minus 1 upon 2 plus m, or minus 1 equals to 2m minus 1 upon 2 plus m. Okay. Now further simplification here. So if I simplify further, 2 plus m equals to 2m minus 1. Therefore here 3 equals to m. Or your minus 2 minus m equals to 2m minus 1. So minus 1 equals to 3m. Minus 2 plus 1, so minus 1, and therefore m equals to how much? Minus 1 upon 3. That means there are two possibilities. One slope is either 3 or minus 1 upon 3. Minus 1 upon 3. Now you have the point. Which point you are given? Point is x0, y0. So equation in this case, equation is y minus y0 equals to slope into x minus x0. x0, y0 you already given in the beginning. So y minus y0. What is y0? Just look at it beginning. Slope 3 here, x minus x0. What is x0? That is 3. So just simplify this. 3x minus 9, y minus 2. So here 3x minus y, this is minus 7 equals to 0. And same way do over here. There you are going to use this slope, so we'll get the one more equation. Okay. Chalo, let's go to next question. Question number 12. What about 12th question? Find the equation of the line through the intersection of these two lines. Okay. So You need a line through the intersection of the given two lines. So here given lines are this. What are the given lines? 4x plus 7y minus 3 equals to 0, and 2x minus 3y plus 1 equals to 0. You want the intersection of these two lines. What we want? Intersection of these two lines. So we need to solve these two equations to get this intersection point. And that become our x0, y0. So just solving these two equations. What we do? We solve these two equations. How do we solve this? Solving equations. How I'll solve these equations? By elimination method. Okay. So for example, you keep the first equation as it is. Multiply second equation by 2. So 4x minus 6y plus 2 equals to 0. Multiplying by 2. Now we just change the sign here. This will get cancelled. This is how much? This is 13y minus 5 equals to 0. So therefore y equals to 5 by 13. Y equals to how much? 5 by 13. And now you put this value in any one of these two equations. So you will get the x coordinate. So putting this in any one of these two, for example this one. So therefore 2x minus here 15 by 13 plus 1 equals to 0. So it implies 2x equals to here what we'll get, this is 13, so you have minus 2 by 13 equals to 0, and therefore x will be 1 by 13, and therefore this intersection point, therefore the intersection point equals to how much? 1 by 13 comma 5 by 13. Fine. So this is like x0, y0 because the required line passes through this point. Okay. Now what is our required line? You know, required line is in that form of x upon, required line is in this form. Which form? X upon a plus y upon b equals to 1. Why it is in this form? Because question talks about two intercepts. Okay. So this line passes through that intersection point, 1 upon 13 comma 5 by 13. Such questions we did earlier, I suppose. So it will satisfy this equation. So I'll get the 1 upon 13a plus 5 upon 13b equals to 1. And you are also given that it makes equal intercepts, therefore a equals to b. So just put a equals to b here. So 1 upon 13, 5 upon 13, this is a, I'll take on the other side. So what's the value of a? 6 by 13. And therefore b is also 6 by 13. Because you have a equals to b in the data. Equal intercepts. Okay. Now we just put these two values of a and b where? In the equation number 1. Okay. So now I'll write by 1. The required line is x upon a, which is 6 by 13, plus y upon b, which is also 6 by 13, equals to 1. So 13x plus here 13y equals to 6. And therefore 13x plus 13y minus 6 equals to 0. Right? What extra you did? From this, you have used one point and equal intercepts. Such questions you had earlier in the discussion. The extra thing which you did here is this. You got the intersection point first by solving this two equation. That much only you did extra. This part is known to you. We had in fact earlier such two questions. Okay. Next. Question number now 13. What it says? Show that the equation of the line passing through the origin. Okay. So it's like question number 11. Question number 11. Today's session first question. There you had point 3 comma 2. Here in this question, the point is x0 comma y0 origin. x0 y0, which is here origin. Okay. And the required line makes an angle of theta with given line. Right? Suppose this is our required line, which makes angle theta with the given line. What's the equation of the given line? Y equals to mx plus c. Okay. What is asked? Get the equation of the required line. This is our required line. Given line. This is our required line. You show that the equation of the required line is that y upon x equals to m plus or minus tan theta. Fine. So the flow of the solution is like that question. Here angle is theta, there the angle was 45 degree. This is same as question number 11. Today's session first question. Let's take the slope of this line be m1, slope of this one, the other line is m2. Slope of y equals to mx plus c, we call that as m2, which is m. Okay. And slope of required line equals to small m. Required line equals to m1, here, there m2 equals to m. So we get the m1. We have the point, this is like x0, y0, so we'll get the equation. Okay, this is our required line. I repeat, we get the value of m1. Once we get the m1, we have the point, so we'll get the equation of the line. Question number 11. We are just following the solution of question number 11. Okay, so here you are given the angle theta. Your tan theta equals to, you have modulus of m1, which you want to get, minus m2, which is small m, upon 1 plus m1 into m2. m2 is m. Okay. Now drop the modulus. So tan theta equals to your m1 minus m upon 1 plus m1 into m, or here minus tan theta equals to, what will get here? m1 minus m upon 1 plus m1m. Okay. So let's take the cross multiplication over here. So tan theta into 1 plus m1 into m. Here m1 minus m. What we want? Remember, we want this m1. So we make m1 as a subject of expression here. This is not known to us. m2 we know m. So once we get m1, using this point we'll get the equation. Okay, so I'll open the bracket. Tan theta plus m1 m tan theta equals to here m1 minus m. So I'll take m1 common from this 2. Let's take m1 common here. So if I take that theta, tan theta over here, this is plus m. Tan theta plus m equals to, here m1 you will find common. This is here 1 minus m tan theta. Fine. This expression I've taken over here. I want m1, so we'll make the m1 as a subject of the expression. So tan theta plus m upon 1 minus m tan theta. Fine. So you got the slope now. You have slope. Over here, this is minus tan theta. This is minus m1 into m tan theta equals to m1 minus m. Okay. Now, therefore, here we want m1. So I'll take m over here. So m minus tan theta. This side if I take m1 on the other side and I'll take m1 common with minus sign, I'm taking on the other side. So you have 1 plus m tan theta. Fine. So what is m1 from this? m1 will be here. Minus sign I'll use over here. So tan theta minus m upon 1 plus m tan theta. So either m1 is this or m1 is this. Plus, then here minus, minus, then here plus. Okay, now you are almost through. You have slope, these or this. You have the point. Which point? x0, y0, which is origin. So we'll get the equation of the line. So I'm writing. So equation of line here. Y minus y0, that is 0, equals to slope tan theta plus m upon 1 minus m tan theta into x minus x0, which is 0. I'll take x down here. So y by x equals to tan theta plus m upon 1 minus m tan theta. Or same way here, the equation of line on the other side. Y minus y0 equals to, what's the slope here? Tan theta minus m upon 1 plus m tan theta into x minus 0. Take x down, therefore y by x equals to tan theta minus m upon 1 plus m tan theta. Right? You can just combine these two and you can write as a single equation. Therefore, finally, equations here, y by x equals to tan theta plus or minus m upon, here if you're plus then minus, so we write minus and plus, plus then minus, minus then plus, m tan theta, right? And therefore proved. That's what you want. So in the next question, you are given 2 points here. Let me call that as A and B. Get the ratio in which the line joining these two, so this is line AB for example here, line joining these two is divided by this, one more line you are given. Right? So equation of this line is x plus y equals to 4. So what's the question? Get the ratio. So we want this ratio. Let's call the ratio as the m is to n. The ratio in which this line segment is divided by this line. Okay. So I'll write like this here. Let ratio be m is to n. Ratio be m by n. So here what we get first coordinates of this point using division formula. So here let me call that as point P. So P equals to, how do we get it? You know formula, mx2. mx2, this is like x1 y1 and this is like x2 y2. So mx2 plus nx1, so n into minus 1 upon m plus n, comma my2, y2 is 7, y2 is 7 here, plus ny1 which is 1 upon m plus n. Okay, now this point, you know, it is on this line, but this point lies on which line? X plus y equals to 4. mx2, I'm just reminding you, mx2 nx1 upon m plus n. Similarly, my2 plus ny1 upon m plus n. But this point is on this line. You can see clearly this point is on the line x plus y equals to 4. So it satisfies the equation. So therefore here you will get the 5m minus n upon m plus n plus 7m plus n upon m plus n equals to 4. So 5m minus n plus 7m plus n equals to, taking LCM, so 4m plus 4n. So here this is 12m, this will get cancelled. Here minus 4m equals to 4n. So 8m equals to 4n. So 2m equals to n, and therefore m by n equals to, here what we'll get from this, 2 will be down, 1 by 2. This is a required ratio. Okay, I hope this solution is clear to you. Question number 15. There you are given a line 4x plus 7y plus y equals to 0. 1.1 comma 2 is along the line, means it's on the line. You can see that 1 comma 2 satisfy this equation. So your line is like this. This is a line, for example. Which line? 2x minus y equals to 0. So here there is a point 1 comma 2. Let me call this as a point A. Now you have one more line. Roughly it's like this. This is just rough diagram. The equation of this line is 4x plus 7y plus y equals to 0. Okay. We want this distance of this point A from this line. If I call this as B, then we just need this AB. Okay. So we find this AB. That is the question by distance formula, AB. So we need to get the coordinates of B first. First we find B. How do we find B? You can see that B is intersection of these two lines, this line and this line. Okay. So how do we get the coordinates of B? By solving these two equations. You know, to get the intersection of two lines, you solve the equations. So for B, first to get the coordinates of B, we solve the equations. Solving equations. Which two equations? 2x minus y equals to 0 and 4x plus 7y plus y equals to 0. How do you solve these two equations? By elimination method. So you will get the x and y, is it? So that represent B. That represent B here, as I've shown. You have A, and therefore your required distance, which is AB equals to, you know the formula. Which formula? Root of x1 minus this value, that is 1 minus this value the whole square plus 2 minus this value the whole square, and simplify. This is required distance. Question number 16. Find the direction. Direction means here slope. So we find slope. Here. Direction means what? Slope. Say m. We find the slope m of a straight line which must be drawn from the point minus 1 comma 2. So here point you are given. Point is minus 1 comma 2. Okay, so you can write the equation very easily. So equation is here y minus y1, which is 2, equals to slope into x minus x1, which is plus 1. So if we simplify, y minus 2 equals to mx plus m. So here y minus mx minus m minus 2 equals to 0. This is equation number 1. Okay. What you want to get? You want to get the slope m. That is a question. Okay. Now what is further given to you? Such that the point of intersection of this line and the line x plus y equals to 4 is a distance of 3 units from this point. Let me call this as point A, for example. And now the given line is this. Given line is which one? Their given line is x plus y equals to 4. Okay. What we do? We first solve these two equations. So we'll get the point of intersection, and that point of intersection and this point has distance equals to 3. From there you will get the m. Okay. This is one line which you obtain by assuming slope m and the point. So you are getting this equation. Now you want the point of intersection of these two. So solving these two equations. Solving equations 1 and 2. We just solve these two equations. Okay. So you can use the elimination method. So here y minus mx minus m minus 2 equals to 0. This is x plus y equals to 4. Just change the sign here. I'll write here minus 4 equals to 0. Okay. So this y will get cancelled here. You can have just minus x common from this. So this is 1 plus m. This is plus 4. So minus m minus 2 plus 4 equals to 0. So x into 1 plus m equals to, what about this? M, this is plus 2, so you're minus 2. And therefore, here, what will be the coordinates of x? X will be minus sign I'll use with this. So 2 minus m upon 1 plus m. This is x coordinate. Now, you put the value of x in any one of these two. So therefore, using x plus y equals to 4, y equals to 4 minus x, that is this much, 2 minus m upon 1 plus m. So y equals to here 4 minus 4m minus 2 plus m upon 1 plus m. Fine. So what we'll get from this here? I think this should be plus 4m. So this will be 5m plus 2 upon m plus 1, 1 plus m. This is y coordinate. This is x coordinate. So therefore, the intersection point equals to here 2 minus m upon 1 plus m, comma 5m plus 2 upon 1 plus m. This is the intersection point. Okay. Now we are given that, let me call this as point B. What is given? We are given that AB equals to how much? 3. That's given to us in the question. The distance between the intersection point and the given point, which are called as A here. AB equals to 3. So therefore AB square equals to 9. Now I'll use the distance formula. What was A? Just look at it beginning. It was minus 1 comma 2. So distance formula. This minus this. 2 minus m upon m plus 1. Minus, but because of this it will be plus 1 the whole square. This minus this, it will be 5m plus 2 upon 1 plus m minus 2 the whole square equals to 9. Remember, you want slope. Direction means slope. So now we are just simplifying. So we'll get the slope here. Taking LCM, 2 minus m plus 1 plus m the whole square plus 5m plus 2 here minus 2 minus 2m the whole square equals to 9 into 1 plus m the whole square. Taking LCM, it will come out and it will be multiplied on the other side. Fine. So here let's simplify this first. This will get cancelled. This is just 9. What about this? Over here, this is 5 minus 2, which is 3m. And here this will get cancelled. So this is just 3m whole square equals to 9 into 1 plus m the whole square. Take 9 common. So this is 1 plus m square equals to 9 into 1 plus m the whole square. Okay, so 9 will get cancelled. 1 plus m square as it is. This is 1 plus m square plus 2m. So both terms will get cancelled. So you have 2m equals to 0. and therefore m equals to 0, right? So direction of the line, that is slope, equals to 0, right? So what is the conclusion? Therefore the required line is here parallel to x-axis, slope is 0, therefore required line is parallel to x-axis because direction is 0.